Hello, everybody. This is You, Me, and BTC again. Another week, another podcast, as it always is. We've got something a little bit different for this week, I guess. Not terribly Bitcoin related, but we think it'll be kind of fun and interesting.
Yeah, there's a little bit of liberty in there, and it's a little bit of just us, the kind of thing we would like to cover, and we have a little bit before, so yeah, we'll have fun.
We're just trying to branch out and just be more of ourselves now. We feel like we need to express ourselves to you guys and not worry about holding ourselves by labels.
I mean, I think I can honestly say for the most part that we are normally ourselves. We don't worry too much about just going off about anything for the most
part. Speak for yourself.
All right.
I refrain from lots of things.
Yeah, Tim's afraid to say who he really is. Always. You're right. I forgot.
No one would accept me.
That's true.
I think it does help.
Accept me.
It does help that probably no one has been sober in the last, how many episodes?
That could be true.
It depends on how you define sober, I guess.
Right.
Well, I'm John Stuart.
And I'm Tim Baker.
Yeah.
And I'm Daniel Brown.
Daniel's now definitely expressing his real true self deep down inside, somewhere in the back of one of our listeners' closets.
I thought we were just doing a high energy introduction there or something. Did I miss
because both of us were such high energy.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we sat up, but you were just like circus announcer / salon hairstylist. This is my name.
So I want to just briefly comment on a comment that we got last week on our episode. Somebody this hurt my feelings, and I just want to tell people that, I mean, if you're going to say stuff like this, at least put a trigger warning at the top or something. But he said, every time that I listen to You, Me, and BTC, I lose IQ points. And I don't know, that just made me feel stupid, so I just...
Fuck you, sir. You shouldn't talk about people who don't have IQ points like that.
Tim,
you're equating a loss of IQ points to a hearing which is completely ignorant and just ignorant of the fact of how actual mental retardation occurs, and it's normally by vaccines and by listening to
vaccines. We should do an episode about vaccines sometime.
We'll put it on the list. Tim, I agree with everything you said, but you really should have put a trigger warning at the beginning of those harsh comments, just so the listener...
No, because actually saying "fuck you," that's actually correct as long as that's completely polite as long as you're doing it against Nazis and people against abortion. It's okay to say that. It's actually culturally appropriate. They tell little babies just to give the middle finger. But I think what Daniel's trying to get to here is how people normally say, "Do not feed the trolls." It only encourages them. We're trying to do that. Please fucking tell us more that we suck. Comment more. But, Daniel just has a hard time sometimes. He doesn't drink enough to get to the point where he's passed out, so he can't forget. He can't drink away his pain. He has to just mull it over the entire day because of how you people have treated him online. I feel like that's just not a fair way to treat another human being. And I think that you should all go on Reddit and make an apology for Daniel and actually just make a Reddit for us in general.
I agree.
I think I just lost IQ points.
That's the main problem, Tim, is you. You're the one who steals IQ points. But I have to say that, to be honest, to be 100% honest, that is one of our goals here at You, Me, and BTC, is to stop caring about IQ points and to just throw them away, because who frickin' cares? Anyway, all right, we're going to move on.
Daniel being edgy again.
So we would like to cover some thoughts on Facebook. We had an episode about this a long time ago. Search on our website for Facebook advertising or something. I don't know. It should come up. And we talked about how crazy it was that they could target you. And obviously we know they could target us, but it was just super, super specific. The one I remember, because I put it in the show notes, I think, was they can target high buyers of fiber cereals. What? Yeah. So they
It just
have
like kicks in as you start to get into their later years.
Yeah, they have all kinds of information on you, and they can get it from credit card companies and I don't even know where else. But I found another interesting piece of information lately on Facebook, and it's a list of things that it thinks you're interested in, which makes sense. I mean, Facebook is, to a lot of people, Facebook is ominous and they're big and creepy and they take all this information and do who knows what with it. But they're also, I mean, they're a big company. They have to follow the laws or whatever, and they want their users to have a good experience, and they want their users to be happy. And so they're willing to show you how they target you and what they target you based on. And so I found the page where it says for each specific user, it'll list what it thinks you're interested in or like different aspects about you, which we'll get into in a moment. If you're interested in seeing for yourself, if you have a Facebook account, which Tim is a freaking lame butt, he doesn't have one. I don't know, where are you at, Tim? Like the 15th century or something?
I'm just scared about Facebook selling my my insane shopping at Walmart because I'm too scared to spend more money and then people realize how cheap I am.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
All right. Anyway, yes. So if you would like to check this out for yourself, if you have a Facebook account, it's facebook.com/ads/preferences. That's pretty simple. /ads/preferences. It'll list your preferences and it'll let you remove interests if you want to. And if you're logged in, it'll take you right there. I want to know, because John is not like Tim. John's a normal human being, and he does have a Facebook account. Actually, to be honest, I don't like Facebook. I rarely use it. So
Are you allowed to get married without having a Facebook to put marriage photos up on?
That's a good question. But I honestly, like, Facebook really is already old-fashioned, so I don't really care if you don't have it. But I just like to harass Tim. But anyway, John, I don't know. Tell me what Facebook thinks about you. Tell me who Facebook thinks you are. I don't know. Does at first glance, does it seem accurate or just completely messed up? What do you think?
Yeah, I think for the most part, most of it makes sense. But there are some like weird outlier things. So let's see.
Let's just list the first three, just real quick, in any category. Just list the first three so that our listeners know, like, what we're even talking about. Like, what kind of interests are they listing here?
So I'll list a couple categories, I guess, first. So the first one is business and industry. Then there's an education category, a family and relationships category, fitness and wellness, food and drink.
Oh, that's not fair. I don't have an education category. Do they think I'm stupid or something?
Maybe.
What a frickin' ripoff.
Then they have hobbies and activities, lifestyle and culture, news and entertainment, other people, shopping and fashion, sports and outdoors, technology, travel, places and events. And that's all the sections that I have. So, one that I thought was kind of hilarious is the family and relationships. Because, so the 6 that it has listed for me are family. So family is an interest within family and relationships. Then, like, next is childbirth, which
what?
I'm not quite sure where that came from.
Does it say, like, you clicked an ad? Because that's a lot of them for me is, like, you clicked an ad related to...
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
Then there's fatherhood, then child, then friendship, then love.
I don't know. That sounds like you're a pretty decent human being right there.
I mean, what would you put else under family and relationships? Like,
see, here's another
uncles.
thing.
I'm interested in uncles. Or like, I don't know what you put in there.
Well, I think I'm looking right now. I also don't have a family and relationships section. Like, what does it think I am? Like an orphan? I don't know why that would be. Like, I understand the education one a little bit because I dropped out and I might have even deleted my school from my profile. I don't remember. But I kind of understand that one. But family and relationships, I don't completely understand because I do have a lifestyle and culture section, and it lists things like away from family and long distance relationship, both of which are accurate. And
It actually has those.
yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like that's way more accurate than anything I got.
I know. Well, it's
Like, I have in food and drink veganism. And, like, I don't have any issue with people who are vegans, but I'm not vegan at all. And I also don't think that I look at vegan stuff, like, out of interest ever. Maybe I have. I don't remember doing that. But
Do you like bands on there, maybe? Could it get from stuff like
well,
that?
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, that's another one that I wanted to talk about. So under fitness and wellness, one of the things is just toe. And so I like looked at why, and it said you have this preference because you liked a page related to toe, and there's like a band called Toe that I guess I am a fan of on Facebook, but it's like fitness and wellness. Toe. But you think that, like,
I love toes.
I mean
Foot
pages
fetish.
have like the thing is when you make a band page, you like put a category, and like I'm sure that band's page is under like musical artists or whatever category it is. You would think that it would realize that that's not connected to fitness and wellness.
Right now, I'm really upset because I also do not have a fitness and wellness section. Does it think I'm a fat slob or something?
So wait, tell me what sections you have.
All right, good call. Let me collapse them real quick so I can read them closer together. On top, it is business and industry. Then it's food and drink, hobbies and activities, lifestyle and culture, news and entertainment, people, which has quite a few like actors and actresses that I've never heard of before, shopping and fashion, which is kind of accurate. It has JM Bullion, I like silver. It has Threadless, I use Threadless. We just started that. If you want to buy a t-shirt, oh, this is great, I get a good plug-in here. If you want to buy a t-shirt, go to ymb.tc/garb. Liberty, that's kind of weird because it says Liberty Department Store. I don't even know what that is. Coin Purse. All right. Coin Purse. You like a page related to Coin Purse. Whatever. Anyway, that's shopping and fashion, sports and outdoors. All right, so I have a little bit of fitness there. And then technology, and then travel, places, and events. Step by Step, New Kids on the Block song. All right, sure. Don't know what that is. Anyway.
So those are all the categories you have?
That's it, yep.
So you don't have any that I don't have.
Okay, so you have all those. Interesting.
Plus more.
Yeah. So I guess Facebook just thinks I'm super lame and I'm not healthy and I don't have family or relationships. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like, let's see. Well, under education, it has like neuroscience, which I have a lot of friends who are in neuroscience because the school that I went to was really big for neuroscience, but I don't know anything about it at all.
Here's a few weeks ago is when I found this, and they give you the option to remove interests or delete any of these categories or any of these targeting criterium. And so when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, sure, I'll just remove a bunch of them. It does make sure to point out that it doesn't, if you remove it, you're not going to see less ads. You're just going to see less targeted ads. So it's not like removing all of them is going to erase all ads from Facebook. But I was like, all right, I'll just remove the ones that seem completely random. And I deleted a ton of them. And then I'm like, wait, crap, we should do an episode about this. All right, never mind. I'll save the rest of them and send the link to John and anyway. But it had things like...
Did it add more after you deleted those? Like, did it fill up your list again?
That's a good question. I'm sure it would. I don't know what is new, but yeah, I'm sure I still use Facebook. I still use websites to that track me with Facebook, and so I'm sure it's still adding stuff, but
So
I don't know what.
Here's a question. How often do you go on Facebook without your ad blocker on?
Well, on the PC, rarely, ever, never really. I use it 90% of the time on my phone, and there's no ad blocker there. So why?
You must not use Firefox, because Firefox
No,
mobile has ad
I just
block.
use the Facebook app. So
Oh, I hate that.
yeah, I hated it when they started asking me to install Messenger. I'm like, why do I need a frickin'...
That's one of the main reasons why I do it on browser.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to install 2 apps so I can use Facebook. And eventually, I finally did a month or 2 ago, because people would message me on Facebook and I would notice like a month later. And I was like, all right. And I need it for work. A lot of people message on Facebook. And I was like, all right, I kind of need to see these messages. So I did get the Messenger eventually, but I hated that. But what does ad blocker have to do with it? Because they can still track you even if you have ad blocker on.
Well, yeah, I realize that, but if you didn't have it on, maybe you clicked on ads.
Oh,
That was going to be my follow-up question.
That's another thing,
If you click
yeah.
on ads often.
There have been times on my phone where I'm like sitting on the toilet or something, where I'm scrolling through Facebook, and almost every single thing that seems interesting that I end up clicking on, I don't realize it until later, but it was an ad. I'm more interested in the ads than I am in my like friends' baby pictures or something, which I don't know what that says about Facebook or about me. It's weird, but I feel like I click a lot of ads on Facebook.
I think I'm going to open up another tab and go on Facebook and pause my ad blocker just to see, because I haven't been on Facebook without an ad blocker.
Like ever, I guess, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do accidentally click on ads a lot on other websites that I might be on.
Do you mean accidentally, as in like it was an accidental click, or you didn't realize it was an ad?
An accidental click. I was on one site the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but they had like a really freaking obnoxious mobile ad that like covered your whole screen that like pops up, slows down. Like they had so many of these that the website was so slow because of it. But this one had one of the X's in the top right corner, like a lot of them do, like pretty small.
Yeah.
It took me 3 tries to click on it without it to redirecting to the ad page, because they made the like clickable area so small. Like it was directly around the X. It wasn't like there was a radius around it.
Oh man. So yeah, are you looking at it yet? What do you see in terms of ads?
Right now, I see nothing. It must not have. I did refresh the page, but I guess it didn't. I'll try closing it and opening it.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same thing. I'll just go to my news feed and turn off ad blocker and see what comes up.
All right, so right away, I see something that I was looking at Amazon the other day. Looking at on Amazon.
That's one of the things with ads is they remarket to you. That's what it's called, remarketing, where you look at something, whether it's something you're about to buy or, well, I guess that's normally what it is, maybe like car insurance or something, and you don't complete the sale, or maybe you do. That's another thing, is sometimes you do buy it, and then you still get ads for it a week or 2 later. And it's kind of a waste of money for the advertiser because you already bought it. But I guess more often than not, it's valuable to them because more often than not, you haven't bought it yet, and you might click on the ad and complete the sale. So,
yeah, and then you might also end up buying it again, or if it breaks, you buy the same thing.
Yep. The first thing I see is a Jason Bourne ad, which I didn't know they're making a Jason Bourne movie. And I probably have that in my interests. Whenever I first made Facebook, I was probably interested in the Bourne movies. So sure, it might have that. That's one of the things that I've tried to clean up lately, because when I first made Facebook, I was in, holy crap, I don't know, like 7th or 8th grade or something. I don't know. And I like this movie and this movie and this movie and this band and this band. And 90% of those movies and bands and everything is like, I'm not even remotely interested anymore. So
it's suggesting pages, other pages on Facebook, and one of them is the same photo of Jeff Goldblum every day, which is
what?
That's definitely something I could get on board with.
I don't know who that is or what they mean by the same photo every day.
The guy from Jurassic Park, but I'll send it to you. They just post the same photo every day of Jeff Goldblum.
All right. Okay.
Like they have, let's see, it usually tells you how many photos they have.
Wow, that's good. Dang.
Yeah, I could get on board with that though, so
411 timeline photos.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. Does it say how many likes I have? Because if they get a lot of likes, I would do that just because it's an easy way to get likes. 84,000.
Yeah.
All right. I got to keep this one in my back pocket in case I ever need likes someday. They could just schedule it for a whole year with like in a day. I'm seeing an advertisement for Chubbies. I guess they think I like short shorts.
Chubbies are... Yeah, I'd probably have it. No, I wouldn't, because my Facebook is nothing.
Yeah,
right
Tim,
now.
what the heck? You haven't said anything yet. What? I know you don't have a Facebook account, but if you did...
I mean, I don't know what you want me to go off of here.
What would it say? What would it say you're interested in if you did?
What would my Facebook say? It would probably have ads for, like, diet pills and pre-workout powder, because that's...
Wait, seriously?
No,
you actually believe in diet pills?
No. Well, yeah, I do, Daniel. It's basically just getting cracked out for like 6 months, and yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of weight. I mean, they'll work, I guess. It's just you're going to be doing about 7 cups of coffee with every single pill.
But I love coffee.
Well, no, I have kind of switched to that, which that's a decent point. They would probably have coffee being advertised, because I do get ads from things like Google. So I'll get ads for like Rogan stuff. I'll get ads for Chubbies. I'll get ads for workout stuff. Sometimes I get stuff for like weirdly specific food places. Like,
where are you seeing these ads? Do you use an ad blocker?
Yeah, actually a lot of time on Spotify, not on their, or no, it's not, I forget where I'm seeing it, because I don't even think about it, but I use ad blocker all the time. It's like site-specific ad, or...
Oh, like native. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I guess. But like Spotify does it sometimes too.
Okay.
Or specifically, not too, but specifically Spotify does it sometimes.
Yeah, native is huge. That's why Facebook works. We were talking about this a little bit ago, and it's worth just getting some more details out there. Like I said, a lot of times I click a Facebook ad and I don't even know it. Until I go back and I'm like, crap, that was sponsored. I shouldn't have clicked on that. But
they win.
Yeah, that's a huge factor. If it's native, if it looks like part of the website, if you're scrolling through a list of the stories on this website and one of them fits all the rest of the stories, but it's an ad, I mean, yeah, then it's a lot easier to click. Depending on how it's created, it can be a lot harder to block. And yeah, that's a big factor. It can be a lot more visible and a lot more profitable if people don't even know that they're looking at ads. So yeah, anyway, that's just a side note there. Are you tired of Bitcoin dice and ready for something different? Try LuckyBit, the original falling coin game at luckybee.it. It's the most exciting Bitcoin game on the web. You can bet on 5 different payout lines and win up to 999 times your bet. You can even use their faucet to get some free Bitcoin. Dice is boring. Play different at LuckyBit. Check it out at luckybee.it.
Going back to coffee, I've
got on the coffee train recently.
I did get coffee in my ad preferences under what was it, food and drink, which is definitely appropriate. But the reason I bring this up is to talk about something completely unrelated. To follow up on the episode that we talked about doing the nitrogenated coffee. I guess that was a live thing.
Oh yeah. If you haven't, it wasn't in our regular podcast feed. So if you haven't listened to it or watched it, go find it on YouTube. It was called like Random YMB Live Hangout. So
anyways, I actually saw canned coffee at Giant Eagle, but like 90% of it was like latte, chino, that stuff, like had milk and sugar and chocolate and caramel and all that crap in it. That was like 90% of it, and like half of it was Starbucks branded. But I found one brand that had a canned coffee that was just black coffee at Giant Eagle, and I did actually buy it and tried it. It was kind of expensive. It was like $2 for like 6.5 ounces or something like that.
Shoot.
Or maybe it was 8 ounces. I can't remember. But it was not like a 12-ounce can. It was like a smaller can, and it was around $2. So it was kind of expensive. And it wasn't like amazing coffee, but it was decent. Was it
nitrogenated?
No, it wasn't. It was just straight like flat coffee.
All right.
But yeah, they have it in Giant Eagle now, I guess. And they also have all that energy drink stuff.
There's also probably some people that don't know what Giant Eagle is, but it's a grocery store. If you didn't guess that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Why didn't you put a trigger warning before this, John, for people who didn't know what Giant Eagle was?
Hey,
maybe these people are stuck with Shop and Save.
That's a good
They're
call.
all going to be like, Giant Eagle? What's that?
Giant Eagle?
They can't even tell what we're saying because, like, I feel like I'm incapable of pronouncing it right. Like,
Giant
after all these
Eagle.
Giant Eagle. I know. It's just like, I'm never going to pronounce it like that because it's just, like, so obnoxious to me.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot when I'm like, Giant Eagle. but you just have to say it that way.
Yeah, I had a friend who said Giant Eagle recently, and I was like, that just sounds, it's Giant Eagle. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like LMNOP or something, something like that.
So before we move on to anything new, I want to just cover, like, what's the point of this whole conversation we just had? Like, what is our philosophy on ads? And we've covered this before briefly, but like, I want to get there again and see how it relates to this list of interests and everything. What do we think about Facebook or any other service, Google or anyone, keeping track of our interests, of our relationship statuses? Are you in a long distance relationship? Are you away from family? Are you interested in tow? I mean, what do we think about that? Either of you. And I mean, for our longtime listeners, this might be obvious, but let's just get it out there again. How do we feel about being tracked? About being tracked so much like this?
Well, so much is kind of a subjective thing, because I don't really think it's that much. I mean, if there's anything that I really don't want people to know about, I can not search it.
Not tell them.
Yeah, I mean, you could even use like an incognito window in
Well,
Chrome.
even then, suppose you did search it, or suppose you did tell Facebook by something you clicked on. As long as you trust Facebook, they're the only ones who are going to know. They're not going around telling everyone that you're in a long-distance relationship. Oh, my. They're not telling everyone that. They're just using it to target ads to you. Unless you set your relationship status and you set your location and she has her location set, sure, then people could guess that you're in a long-distance relationship. But if you don't set everything like that, if you don't set your relationship status, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, another thing with that is that all this stuff, like, if you think that there's somebody that, like, Facebook hired to, like, track everybody's profile and like figure out what it is. It's all just automated. There's probably not even a human that's like looking at it.
Oh, yeah. It's just what you tell them. It's just, oh, you're in a relationship. Oh, you live here and she lives there. And both of you told us where you lived. I mean, it's not that crazy. And like I said, they can guess that you're in a long distance relationship. They can guess that you're interested in mustard. They might be wrong half the time, but it doesn't matter because they're just using it to send ads to you. That doesn't hurt you. If anything, it helps you because you get to see more things that you're interested in. And your Facebook feed is more interesting. Like I said, a lot of times the ads are more interesting than my friends' Facebook posts. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so true. It's weird and true. And so what? Who cares? So you click on some ads. It's not going to kill you, right? You
don't have to click on the ads either. Daniel just has this weird problem with this that he's just like, it's shiny. Or it's not even shiny. It's just like extra colorful, and he just needs to see what it is.
No, I mean, shiny is actually a pretty good metaphor because I mean, shiny just means interesting or flashy or attractive, and that's what. No,
shiny means shiny. It's not like a
okay. Just okay. Sorry, that's from a TV show, but no. But still, like shiny as in, it is just, they use your interests to just make the ads more interesting, more attractive, more clickable. That's all it is. It's like you drive down the street and there's a big billboard. It's not in your way. It's not in the middle of the road making you crash into it. It's just interesting and something you want to look at. It's, so what, right? Sorry, I'm getting a little high energy again, but really, so what? Is that fair to say?
Tone it down.
Settle down, simmer down.
Tim, I haven't heard from you yet. Are you on the train here with Who Cares?
Yeah, because I mean, there's going to be ads. They need to pay for shit, and I'll block as much as I can, and there's eventually going to be something that's probably going to block this shit too. But I might as well see ads for stuff that I'm interested in versus just random L'Oreal commercials.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, honestly, there have been times where I've gone on websites without my ad blocker, and yeah, I prefer it with the ad blocker. And some websites are like sort of offensive, but it's like I can tune them out pretty well.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of times where, like when it's like a full screen interstitial ad, there's a bunch of times where I'll click the X or click the skip button before I even realize what the ad is about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. It's not incredibly hard to just ignore them. But let me ask you this. This might be something that you don't know, but I guess I'll ask the question. Did you know that other websites, like, say, a news website, the Washington Times, okay, or Forbes, did you know that they can track you based on your Facebook profile? And, for example, Forbes can say to Facebook, whoever is logged in right now, they read this story. Or whoever is logged in right now, they subscribed to our email list and all kinds of stuff like that. They can track you based on your Facebook profile. And then they can go to Facebook and say, hey, everyone that read this story, send them this ad. Or everyone that clicked on this link, send them this ad. Did you guys know that was possible from other websites without you even seeing anything about Facebook? They can still track you based on your Facebook profile and advertise to you based on that?
I wouldn't have thought about it, but if I did think about it, I would know that they could do that.
Okay.
It's not surprising.
Okay.
And I guess that's the concise way of saying what I was just trying to say.
Right. Does that change anything? Is that unfair? Is that underhanded or anything?
It doesn't. I can understand why people would be more upset about that, but for me, it's not really that much different.
All right.
Because I can get why people might like that less, because if you're going on Facebook and you agree to their terms of service and stuff,
Yeah.
you can't really complain, but that doesn't mean that you agree to let anybody else have all this stuff that's on there, you know?
Yeah. That's actually, really, you just hit the core right there. When you sign up for Facebook, you agree to the terms of service. It's that simple. You literally checked the box that says, I agree to this and this and this and this and this and this. They can track me here. They can track me there. They can send me ads here. They can send me ads there. You literally checked the box. And I get that no one actually reads it, but that's your own damn fault, right? If you're not gonna read the terms of service and you're gonna check the box anyway, then you have absolutely, positively zero right to get upset about what Facebook does under those terms of service. Does that seem like a good way to put it?
Yeah.
All right. So you know what time it is, guys. We're coming up on the end of the episode, I think, and it's time to do advice of the day. So when the whole world's out there tracking your every move and sending you ads because you like toes, because you have a foot fetish, what is the takeaway here? How do we redefine our behavior to get around this evil, sinister, distracting, horrifying behavior? What can we do?
To get rid of this, I don't know. I don't think you really can.
No, I was kidding. I don't actually think we should get rid of it. I just want advice of the day.
Well, there's my advice, maybe. I don't think you can.
All right. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And that's pretty fair. I think I would agree. Hey, if you're gonna click on a link on someone else's website, they're gonna know that you clicked on the link because it's their website. If you're gonna search something on someone else's website, they're gonna know that you searched it because it's their website. It's pretty straightforward.
My interactions with other people are my own property.
If I touch you, I'm the only one that should feel it because I don't want you to know.
Exactly. My privacy is very important to me. That's why I'm very stupidly retarded whenever I figure out what I want to be private with and what I don't. People, I don't want Facebook to know what I'm saying. Oh, but I use credit cards online all the time. Those are safe. My number's safe that way. I have no advice because, no, my advice, if you're really scared of Facebook tracking you, don't get Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Completely fair.
I'm
Tim.
kind of living that. I have a Facebook.
Be like Tim.
Yeah,
that's great advice.
Be like Tim.
Said no one ever.
BLT
Exactly.
didn't sound like a goddamn amazing sandwich, so you can shut up, John.
BLT. There we go. That's what I eat for lunch every day is a big slice of Be Like Tim.
Big slice.
Oh, crap. All right, that means it's my turn. My advice. Oh, all right. I'm going to go with use an ad blocker. I make actually on Me and BTC, I make money from ads and I get my living a little bit that way. But in my day job too, I make my living from ads and I still want you to use an ad blocker. I mean, it's just so common sense. It's so legitimate. Like, who cares? Like, it's like, basically, the internet is communication, okay? And advertisements are someone saying something to you. All right, that's all it is. They send you information. They send you text. They send you pictures. So an ad blocker is just putting in earplugs when you're in a certain place where there's a lot of ads. Or an ad blocker is just fast forwarding through the commercials on TV. All right, it's so natural and normal. I mean, somehow people still find a way to say ad blockers should be illegal. There are tons of people that say that. But it's just, hey, if you don't want to listen to something, then just block it out. Just stop it from coming to you. Wear earplugs. Wear a blindfold. It's just so natural and so straightforward. If it really bugs you, just use an ad blocker. End of story. It's not that complicated. All right. That was fun. I think I'm going to call it there. Anything else that we need to cover?
Actually, one quick thing.
All right, let's do it.
So this is like an alternative to an ad blocker. If you are someone who's not opposed to ads and you see the value in ads, and I guess you don't want to be contributing to people losing money like on sites that you like.
That's completely fair.
There is actually, I don't know if it's out yet. I think it is in beta or something maybe. I haven't looked it out, and I can't even remember what it's called. I think it's called Brave, but it's a browser that's developed by a guy who used to work for Mozilla, I think. And it's a browser that basically blocks targeted ads. So I can't remember exactly how it worked. I read a bunch of stuff about it a while ago. But basically, it scrapes websites completely of ads, and then it fills them back in with like random generic ads that are like completely untargeted.
Yeah,
and I guess they like try to minimize how much websites can track you and stuff like that. I don't know if it's like Tor or anything like that, but there is stuff like that people are working on. If you just like the idea of targeted ads rubs you the wrong way, but you're not totally against ads.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Like if it is really the tracking and the targeting that you're worried about, then yeah, you can deal with that too. But I like it's also worth mentioning that ads really are how people make money. And if literally everyone blocked literally every ad ever, then just remember, that's fine. If you want to block ads, you can do that. But just remember, Facebook is going to go away. Google is going to go away. All of these websites, news websites, the Washington Times is going to go away. Forbes is going to go away. If you could literally block every ad, just remember that all of those services that you're being provided in return for looking at ads, those are going to go away. So that's just, that might be my even bigger advice of the day, is just remember that. Ads are a service, and they represent value, and they help things happen online. So just keep that in mind. And hey, like I said, my living quite literally comes from advertising. I still want you to use an ad blocker if you want to, but I also want you to remember that, hey, they're there for a reason, and they're easy to tune out, like we said. And if you're okay with targeting, they can actually be pretty interesting. Like I was saying about clicking all the ads on Facebook, sometimes they're kind of cool. Sometimes they're kind of interesting. Sometimes there's stuff you need, right? Like, suppose you really love a certain band, you're going to want to know if they're going on tour in your town. If there was no such thing as advertising, you would by definition, you would never know that they're going to be in town because you would never see the advertisement. So, all right.
You can also, on AdBlock, choose to let sites be not ad blocked.
Yep.
You can whitelist.
Yeah, so if you want to whitelist you, me, and BTC and go there every week, do it. I will not complain about that. That's right. That is, if you want to find out more, find more episodes, that's you, me, and BTC.com. Tweet us at you, me, and BTC on Twitter. Tell us if you like ads, if you hate ads, if you think they're acceptable, if you think that everyone ever should block them all the time. Tell us if you're just worried about the targeting or if you're worried about the ads in general. We would love to know all of that. Thanks so much for listening today. I know it was not completely Bitcoin related, but we had some fun. We talked about, I still think it's pretty Liberty related. Hey, is this okay for people to do? Is it free for them to do that? Are they supporting other people's freedom? Yeah, I think it's somewhat Liberty related. Again, thanks for being here. Come back next Thursday. listen to another episode of Who Knows What. Who knows what it'll be about? I don't. So if you do, let me know. Send me a tweet if you know what it's going to be about. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks, John, for the music that we're listening to right now. It's pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to put there, but it's from you, and I'm sure it's pretty good. So thanks. Peace, guys.